Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraye. Munaya sadhu prishtoham bhavadbhir lokamangalam yatkrita Krishna samprashna yenatma suprasidati. Aho bakiyam sthanakalakutam jigham saya apyayadapi asadvi. Lebhe gatim dhatri muchitam tatonyam kam va dayalu sharanam rajema. Nayatra shravanadini rakshoghnani swakarmashu kurvanti satvatam bhratur yato dhanyascha tatra hi gurave gaurachandraya radhikaya tadalaye krishnaya krishna bhaktaya tadbhaktaya namo namaha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, entitled The Killing of Demon Putanā. So we read till text number 4 yesterday. We were discussing that how Shukdev Goswami is explaining that this ferocious Kamsena Prahita Ghora Balaghatini, this ferocious, wicked, hard-hearted, very cruel, expert in child killing, demoness Putana was engaged by the orders of Kamsa, and she was wandering around in the land of Raja in different parts. So Parikshit Maharaj got concerned, what will happen to Krishna? And then a beautiful verse was spoken by Shukdev Goswami that where Krishna is present, nothing wrong can happen. And we discussed that. And then finally we discussed that Putana was a Rakshasi and moving around, desiring to, she took her beautiful form and she was moving around to kill. The plan was to kill Krishna. And this question may come that she entered the house of Putana Nanda Gokulam. So she entered the palace of Nanda Gokula. Now someone may ask this question, and no one tried to stop her, right? There were so many agreed Nanda Maharaj was not there at his palace, but that does not mean that there was no one else. There were so many Gopas who were instructed by Nanda Maharaj that you have to take care of everyone. They were the gopis, the elder ladies. So many people were there. But what happened? So let's see the next verse. Who didn't get chance yesterday, maybe or day before, can do today. Text 5, 6. Devaki Mataji, you want to read this? Maybe people probably can read.
Sorry. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna all devotees. Tam Kesha Bandha Vyati Shakta Madikam Prihanitam Bastana Krichra Madhyamam Suvasasam Karpita Karna Bhushana Drishula Lashata Kuntala Manditanam Vargusmita Panga Visarga Vikshiter Manoharantim Vanitam Rajokasam Amam Satam Boja Karena Rupinim Gopya Shriyam Dastum Ivagatam Pati. Translation by His Divine Grace, Prabhupada Ki Jai. Her hips were full, her breasts were large and firm, seeming to overburden her slim waist, and she was dressed very nicely. Her hair, adorned with a garland of malika pearls, was scattered about her beautiful face. Her earrings were brilliant, and as she smiled very attractively, glancing upon everyone, her beauty drew the attention of all the inhabitants of Braj, especially the men. When the gopis saw her, they thought that the beautiful goddess of fortune, holding a lotus flower in the hand, had come to see her husband Krishna. Hare Krishna. I think this there's purport in that, Prabhuji? No. So it's the description about Putanā, because she's disguised as a beautiful lady here, well adorned, all. I can't see Prabhuji. Please show Prabhuji. Yeah, because she was all adorned. She's a very nicely, very beautiful lady with a thin attire. And a nice description of a lady is given here, with her hair adorned with garland, her beautiful face with brilliant earrings, all well, nice makeup and jewels, nice jewels. And everyone was wondering about such a beauty, especially the men in the village, in Braj. And when the gopis saw her, they thought that she was Lakshmi herself. That's all, Prabhuji, back to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So here in 2 verses, the description of Putanā is given. In the first verse is about her dress or externals, how she looked. Tam kesha bandha. The kesha refers to the hairs. They had malika flowers. Vyati sakta mallikam. With beautiful malika flowers. They're very nice flowers. Even Krishna wears them at times. And her body, was very attractive. So, and the clothes, suvasam. Su means good, vasa means again dress. So her beautiful attire, as well as the Govind Maharaj was mentioning, like the gopis wear this like 2 cloth, the upper cloth, the lower. Kalpita karna bhushita. Karna bhushita, karnam refers to the ears, so very beautiful ornaments. Lasat kuntala. This comes in the Damodarashtakam also. Lasat kundalam gokule bhajama. Lasat kundalam. This comes there too. So, in short, very attractive. Ullasat, very, very attractive, very, very shiny, very, very bright. And Mandita manam. Mandita ananam, sorry. Ananam refers to face. So her hairs were surrounded. So her face was surrounded by beautiful hair. So again, it's also used for Krishna's beauty also. But so this first verse is primarily about how externally she was so nicely dressed. Now, some subtle features are also shared. She had a very, very beautiful smile, smita, on her face, so that no one could understand her true motive, right? And she had a beautiful smile, valgus smita, and that's how manah harantim. She stole the mana, or the mind, or everyone's attention by her beautiful external and bodily features and bodily gestures of all the Vrajokasa, the residents of Vraja. A mamsa, a mamsa. That means they thought. What did they think? Ambhoja karena rupinim. Ambhoja refers to Pankaja, or a lotus flower. So she was holding a lotus flower with her hands. Tava kara kamala. Kara is hands. And very, very beautiful. Rupa. The form was very, very beautiful. Gopya Shrim. All the gopis thought that she is like Shri. She is like Lakshmi. When they saw this beautiful lady, and the drishtum ivagatam patim, that a beautiful lady is come here to see her husband. And who is her husband? Krishna. So very, very graphic description, like how Shukdev Goswami was describing about the beauty of the gopis when they were getting ready. We saw that in the last chapter in the Nandotsava festival. Here in very, very graphic details, Shukdev Goswami is giving the description of the demoness Putanā. So what lot of nice lessons here. One great Acharya, Harishoriji, has mentioned, even the Lord's eternal associates could not understand who is who, what to speak of ordinary jiva like us. All the gopis, all the gopas are the eternal associates of the Lord, right? Even they mistook a lady who was supposed to kill as Lakshmi Devi. They felt, oh, we are so fortunate, she's a transcendental being, if she gives her milk to Krishna, Krishna will get so nourished, Krishna will become very, very healthy and prosperous, he'll become a great king in future. And she was also holding a lotus flower in her hand, Padmaja. So everyone was basically mesmerized, simply mesmerized, seeing the beauty of Putanā, seeing the facial expressions, seeing her bodily gestures, very, very kind, like a mother. She made the makeup, she took the garments, she took all the externals of a mother, a very kind, loving mother. But it is said, don't judge a book by its cover. It can work both ways. Sometimes a person may be dressed very nicely, but inside very deceiving or very harmful, trying to cause harm to others. Externally very nicely dressed, externally very, very sophisticated, very sober, appealing to be very, very safe, but internally such a devious and cheating mentality like Putanā. And therefore Putanā represents pseudo guru, because a pseudo guru may look like a real guru, may look, oh, he's wearing nice tilak, oh, he's wearing nice saffron robes, oh, he is also in a holy place, but inside could be hypocrite. So it's very hard. Therefore, we should not judge just by seeing the externals. On the other side, one could also misjudge someone very, very great personality, and they may not appear to be great. This famous story comes of Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra was bent on 8 sides. His body was very crooked, but he was very, very knowledgeable and a great Pandita. And everyone was mocking at him. Hey, look at his body. Oh, it looks like a donkey, or it looks like a ass. He looks so bad. His body is so ugly. But he then said, looks like. So the king had called an assembly of great pandits, and Ashtavakra entered, and everyone started laughing at him. Hey, look at it. So such look, there's a circus going on, and everyone. So he said that looks like the king has not called the assembly of pandit. Maybe the king mistakenly called the assembly of fools, because the fundamental teaching is I am not the body but the soul. But here everyone is seeing my body and mocking at it because my body is not as attractive. So both ways, we should not just see the externals, because externals may be deceiving. External, like exactly the same case. Putanā, the heart is of a cheater and killer, but externals are very nice. Even the gopas and gopis, everyone is thinking, wow, she is the person who will help Krishna, right? Their intention was favorable, that she will, when Krishna gets her touch, Krishna will be blessed, because she is like Lakshmi. She is, and where Lakshmi is present, right? In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita also we study this. One of the reasons why Arjuna's victory was certain, because Lakshmi Devi is present. Madhava, the husband of the goddess of fortune, is present. So Krishna is present, Lakshmi Devi is present. So in short, we should not judge others. We should not judge others in any way, especially because we don't know what may be inside. So better we use the right intelligence and not just go by the externals, and not misjudge also. So both ways it goes. Any other comments anyone has? Okay, let's read the next verse. Yes, Bhaswati Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna. Guruji, Dandavat Pranam, everyone. Text 7. Guruji, can you scroll up? Balagahastatra vichindvatya sishun yatra chaya nandagrihe sad antakam balam pratichanya nijoru tejasham dadarsa talpegnim tvahitam vasi. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. While searching for small children, Putanā, whose business was to kill them, entered the house of Nanda Maharaja. Unobstructed, having been sent by the superior potency of the Lord, without asking anyone's permission, she entered Nanda Maharaja's room, where she saw the child sleeping in bed. His unlimited power covered like a powerful fire covered by ashes. She could understand that this child was not ordinary, but was meant to kill all demons. Purport: demons are always busy creating disturbances and killing, but the child lying on the bed in the house of Nanda Maharaja was meant to kill many demons. So with Supreme Lord's mercy or potency, Putanā understood that this is the child who can kill all the demons, because he is the Supreme Lord, and the other people can only kill some demons, and that's what Putanā was thinking by himself, like this is the child who can kill all the demons sent by Kamsa or any other means of any other demons. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So we discussed this point that she was not obstructed, yadrichaya, by her own will. She knew first, she had already, focused. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was explaining that how she is so focused towards her goal. Is it not? So first she knew that who is the potential killer of the child of Kamsa, and this is the child Krishna who is going to be potentially killing Kamsa. So her, like Arjuna was also focused in the eye of the bird, Putanā was focused at the at Krishna in order to kill. So her focus was good, but not in a pratikul way. Anukulena Krishnanu. So the focus was pratikul, not in a favorable way. Anukulena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktiruttamam. So we should be favorably focused towards Krishna, not unfavorably, not like Putanā trying to kill. Although Krishna is very merciful, yes, Krishna will see only good, but that does not mean that we have to try to cause harm. Oh, how do I cause harm to devotees? How do I cause harm to Krishna? How do I cause harm to the temple, etc.? One could be focused in that way, but that's not the right way as per the Acharyas. But Putanā here was unobstructedly, because Nanda Maharaj is the king. Just think about it. He's not an ordinary person. So king means big palace, multiple layers. To get to the inner Nanda Maharaj's room, one has to pass through multiple gates, because generally like the bedrooms are you can say like inside, right? One has to pass through multiple like entrance of the city, entrance. Nanda Maharaj has, think about millions of cows, so big land, and then so many people. The festivities were going on. It's not that Yashoda was the only lady at home. They had like so many servants, as we discussed in the Damodar Leela. So it was not that Yashoda was the only lady present. There were multiple people, multiple gopas, multiple gopis, multiple rooms, multiple layers of security. All were, no one obstructed. Why? Because of the previous verse we discussed. Without asking anyone's permission, she entered. Because everyone did not consider her as a predator. And that's a great lesson also. Like sometimes bad things come in our life in the disguise of harmless things. Like we discussed the poem one day, and like Bharat Maharaj getting attracted to the deer. Oh my mind, watch your deer. Because to you it's very dear. And very harmless it may appear. It appears very harmless, but instead have a healthy fear, right? Because it can cause havoc. If they would have of course, this is a Krishna's pastime, but there's a lesson here. If they would have asked Baba, where are you coming from? Who are you? Right? No matter how beautiful a person may appear, we're not judging here. Of course, they are the eternal associates of the Lord, but they're trying to understand the lesson that, like how Bharat Maharaj was attracted to the deer, and that the deer took all his attention. He ignored his yagya, he ignored his service, ignored his devotion and everything. And deer basically there means distraction. It appeared very harmless. Just that means, and his intent was not bad. He was trying to help the deer. And here the intent of all the gopas was not bad either, right? It is said that often the path to hell is often paved with good intentions. So a great harm was on the way to their life and soul, because Krishna is the life and soul of all the devotees, especially in Vraja. A great harm is on the way, and no one checked her. Why? Because apparently very harmless she appeared. Not only harmless, rather it appeared that she will be a great source of benediction to Krishna. So that's how Maya may enter into our lives also in a very apparently harmless way. It may seem that, oh, it's fine, I can do this. No, it won't make it seems to be very harmless. It's not going to cause any harm to me. Rather I'll be able to get some Krishna consciousness out of it. Something like that. But we have to be on guard. We have to be on guard because apparently things which seem to be harmless can be a source when they show their true face, like Putanā. When they show their true face, they could be very, very harmful to our Krishna inside. That means to our devotion inside, to our bhakti inside, to the seed, bhakti lata bij inside. So we should not let apparently, of course, the things which are even grossly seeming harmful, that we should be careful, and we should be like a bad movie or a bad scene or a bad person, right? Bad association, I mean. But apparently sometimes things may not seem harmful. We should deal with caution. Like we don't let a stranger kind of enter our inner chambers of our heart to kill the devotion or kill the seed of bhakti. It means not absorb, not take others' words in our heart. Let's say someone said something. Oh, there's some grapevine, something, and it may affect our bhakti. We should always be very careful. Like I'll share this example. Like in our home, we have cameras and things like that. We don't let we censor what to allow to come in, what not to allow. So similarly, we should also be very careful. Otherwise, it may corrupt our bhakti. It may seem harmless, but it can destroy our bhakti. Of course, in the next part of it, that she could perceive that Krishna is right there. This child is not ordinary child. This child is going to kill, and this child is meant to kill all the demons. Even Putanā can understand it. It's very interesting here. Putanā can also understand it. So I guess we will pause here because we have other things also. Any quick closing comments for the Bhagavatam discussion? Any thoughts, questions? Grantaraj Bhagavatam Purana ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki